What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Entrepreneurs Podcast. My next guest is a certified holistic health coach with a passion for helping individuals become healthier naturally. She offers all kinds of healthy recipes, essential oils tips, and a beginner's guide to yoga ebook that you can actually download for free over at wonderfulhealthyhabits.com. So please welcome to the show, Julie Getty.
Thank you, Corey. It's my pleasure to be here.
Yeah, awesome. So thankful for you to take time out of your day to come spread some, hopefully some of your wisdom and your insight from your journey with our audience. And again, I really just appreciate you being here. So thank you, Julie. Now, to start, I wanted to ask you a little question. I was doing some research, looking at your Facebook page and stuff before the interview, and I got to ask, what did it feel like to watch your son jump off a huge a bridge while bungee jumping? I saw that video.
It was exciting. It was exhilarating. Honestly, I wanted to be there with him. It's just, I guess we raised 4 kids and they're all pretty much full of adventure. And if that's what makes him happy, then that makes mom happy. Was it scary? Yes. But they're pretty good. Those bungee jumpers, the people that set that all up, they're pretty secure about how I went through all the safety with them and everything, so he could see all that. So
I'm sure you did.
It was fun though, but a little scary.
That's funny. Yeah, it reminded me actually because I recently went skydiving for the first time, and I'm also a bit of an adrenaline junkie, and I know that my mom, she wasn't there to watch it, but I know she was not happy to know that I was jumping out of a plane. So I think that just comes with being a mother, right?
It does. And it doesn't matter if they're 2 years old, 20, 30, 50. It's still, they're still your babies.
Right. That's funny. Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get started, Julie. I wanted to ask you a little bit about, obviously the journey into entrepreneurship. And I understand that you, like you said, like in the intro, you're a certified health coach. So tell us a little bit about how you got started and why this industry.
Sure, definitely. Corey, well, it started, we were actually general contractors. And here in Oregon, 08, 09, the boom went. And so we had always been self-employed, but both my husband and I found ourselves having to go to work for somebody else because of the crash and things. So I realized I did not want to do that forever. Mm-hmm. And so hence I started to do health coaching. I took a course. It was a year-long course that I had to do to go ahead and become certified and things. I've always been into the natural side. We always used oils with our kids when they were little and things, but there's just so much more knowledge now. So when I started in 2012 with my schooling, it really just resonated with me. Before that, I had had several surgeries, knee replacement, hip replacements, back surgeries and things. And I actually got, and I hate to use the word, but I got hooked on opioids. Mm. I had no idea that I was, but then one day I just came home from work, told my husband I'm done. I'm out of medication. I'm done. Well, 6 hours later, we had the ambulance here because I couldn't breathe and everything else. Well, I realized you don't just stop that type of medication and things. So that really, really just pushed me into realizing that all these years I had been taking, the doctor's information and things, which is great. We're not against Western medicine, anything like that. But anything that we can do naturally, and the more I looked into it, foods can heal us. Natural products can heal us and things. So it really just intrigued me to know, like our kids didn't really even grow up with a bunch of cookies and that type of thing, but there was still junk, some junk food in the house. The more you read about what has been put into our food, we don't have the same food even as our grandmas 50 years ago or our ancestors 100 years ago, just with all the chemicals that have been put in the dirt and things. People don't realize if it says organic, well, what was in the dirt and things. So long story short, that's what got me involved with the health side of it. And I have not looked back. Like I said, that was in 2012. I was on several, probably 10 or 12 different medications. I'm totally off medications. My husband was on a couple, cardiovascular medications, high blood pressure medication, totally off of them. So So we're both 58 years old, and to be on no medications at all, I think it's a win-win. And we feel better than we did 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Absolutely. That is really amazing and inspiring too, because I think, you know, as you were talking, I think about my parents and I also think about my grandparents, and I see the amount of medications and prescriptions that they take every day. And, you know, it is, in my opinion, it's scary, you know, because I personally, I don't take anything. And I don't even like to take aspirin if I don't have to, you know, but knowing that usually one medication comes with side effects, which create a problem that requires another medication, which has its own side effects, which creates another problem. And I mean, I've seen this happen with, like I say, with my parents and my grandparents, you know, and so I love that there's people fighting this fight and spreading this good information out there. And I'm definitely going to be recommending that my family take a look at your website and what you guys got going on, because if there's any way that they can get off, you know, prescription meds, I would be all for that. You know?
Right. It's and you're right. You know, you start with one, like you start with an opioid. Well, what's the opioid do? It gets you constipated. So what do? They give you another pill, and then you get depressed because, you know, you're up and down on the medications and things. So they give you depression medication, you know, and then that one stops working. Then they give you a boost, and all right. And again, we're not against Western medicine at all, but anything that we can add to the Western medicine. More naturally, using the foods, using supplements, using essential oils, the better off we all are.
Yeah, I love that. I totally love that. And again, I love that there's people out there spreading this good information, because again, you're right. It's not that the doctors are wrong. It's just, it's a very structured, I guess, industry, if you will. And I think a lot of it is sort of financially driven, you know. Unfortunately, it's not necessarily driven by the patients and really wanting people to be healthier. There's a bottom line there, you know. So anyway, we could talk about that probably all day. So I guess let me switch it up a little bit and ask you, you know, why for business, why did this make sense for you? What part of it was, you know, because you said you were in contracting before, and then obviously after the crash, we all know about the economic crash. Everybody felt it. You know, I was in construction for a long time and actually ended up losing my job during that time as well. Why, you know, what brought you into really the business side of the health and fitness, or I guess the health and nutritional market?
It's my passion. It's strictly, you know, it is my passion to help anyone that I can become healthier naturally, and things. And that's basically what it is. I mean, my parents were in, you know, their 50s and 60s when they passed away. My kids never got to know them and things. I want to be here for my grandkids. I tease my kids, I'm going to be there till I'm 100 so I can haunt you, you know, and things. And that's the biggest passion is I have 3 grandkids now, another one on the way. I'm looking forward to playing with those grandkids till I'm, you know, 100 years old and things. And anybody that I can do to help that, help them just live a little bit longer, maybe, you know, feel a little bit better about themselves, whether it be mentally or physically. That's just what I'd love to do.
That's beautiful. And I can hear your passion coming through just when you talk about it, you know, and I believe that passion is one of those things that's required for an entrepreneur, because, you know, as we're dealing with the day to day, I mean, it can be tough, you know, it can be tough to just keep going and doing the things required to build your business. I think that why is one of the most important things. So what would be some advice that you could give someone that maybe is having trouble figuring out what their why is? You know, they know they want to go into business. They know they want to build something for themselves. But again, that why is a crucial piece to the long-term success. So what's some advice you could give somebody getting started?
You're correct. The why is a big factor in your success in a business. You know, I would actually honestly take a look at what you really like to do. Do you like to ride motorcycles? You know, maybe look into that. You know, put some pros and cons down. What can I offer the motorcycle community? Do you like to read books? Start up a book club and then move from there. What do you really like to do? Maybe, mark down on a piece of paper 3 or 4 things that you're really passionate about. Do you like to make clothing? Think about that. Why do you like to make that? Well, whether it be for your dog or for your child, it makes them look cute. So do you want to help other little kids or other little dog animals look cute and things? So, that's what I would do is what are you really passionate about in your life, and how can you bring that forward into a business?
Yeah, that's a great place to start. Definitely. What are your interests, right? What are some hobbies and things that you enjoy doing? And then how could you build a business around that? That's a great place to start. And again, it plays into the fact that it's already something you enjoy doing. So hopefully it shouldn't feel like work, Another thing that at least has helped me in the past is basically the support of like-minded people, right? And having a group of people that think like you do, that you can share ideas with, bounce things off of, and then also mentors. What are your thoughts on mentorship or being influenced by other people? Is this a good path to go down if you're starting a business on your own?
Oh, I think it's a fabulous path to go down. We all need mentors. We all need help. And I guess one of the biggest things to remember is it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask a mentor. It's okay, even if they're not, they might not even be in your same field, but you can learn so much. And my grandmother always said, never stop learning, till the day you die, never stop learning. And that's true. No matter how old you are, you can still learn and things. So mentors are huge in success, in my opinion. They can give you any information from, how to start a business, what you need for a business, or just an ear to lend. Sometimes we just need to, I'll be honest, being self-employed is hard work. It's, and sometimes you get frustrated. And it's kind of nice to have somebody that's not in your field to just be able to voice your frustration to and things. So a mentorship is huge. I have mentors. I mentor people. And I think it's just a must in any business.
Awesome. And I love what you said too about always be learning, right? Always seek learning new information. And I think that that's even more important today, maybe than it was in your grandmother's day, because today the innovations happen so quickly, and business changes. Almost from day to day to day, it seems like a new industry is being disrupted. The internet is just changing everything, right? It's how we communicate, how we do business, how we market ourselves. So always learning new skills and keeping yourself valuable, I guess, to the current workforce is also super important, or to the current state of the market, I should say, not workforce. We want to get you out of work. But anyway, yeah. So, and that kind of brings me to my next point, which I want to ask you about, which is social media and digital marketing and the internet. I noticed that you're very active on your Facebook page, which I think is awesome. What's some advice you could give to people in regards to social media, digital marketing?
So if you're going to go ahead and present yourself on social media and you're going to help build your business on social media, you need to realize it's a lot different than being face-to-face. People need to trust you. People need to know who you are and things. So if you're building a business via Facebook, Instagram, social media type of thing, it's going to take longer. In a lot of cases, I should say, not all, but in a lot of cases, because it particularly like in my case with the health and wellness, they want to know, well, who is this gal telling me, to eat my spinach or to use this supplement? I don't know her from Adam. So I need to build that trust in those people. So I do like to do a lot of Facebook messaging, learning about the people, which is what we need to do now with Facebook, Instagram, all of that, using our Clickfunnels and things. You can reach so many more people than having like when I have my groups, as far as my group sessions and things going on health and wellness or whatever, I can do a certain amount. If I'm here local, I can, reach 20, 30, 40 people or whatever. Holy crap, Facebook, you can reach so many people. You can, you can reach hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands and things. So I personally think it's the way to go. You have to have that personal touch with your people and things. And it's good to have, personal meetings and things, or, sessions, coachings, but it's just, gosh, the world out there, the social media world is incredible. I suggest it to everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And I completely agree. It's just a way to connect with people. I mean, look, you and I found each other in a Facebook group, and here we are, doing an interview, and this podcast could go out to, hundreds of thousands of people at some point, which would be amazing. So it's yeah, exactly. And I love the opportunity that that the internet and social media has provided for us. And, you're right. You have to get out there, be authentic, connect with your audience, build that trust. What would be some advice for the entrepreneur or the person getting into entrepreneurship that knows that they need to be on social media, but maybe is a little hesitant of putting themselves out there?
First of all, okay, you guys can do it. I'm 58 and I can do it. So you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to, and that's probably kind of the push that you need, the thrill that us as entrepreneurs, we are already looking outside the box, right? We don't want to be this 9 to 5. We want to be our own boss. We want to look at ourselves and be proud of ourselves. And just, you guys study. Just go watch videos. Go do Google. That's how I learned. It's you have to be willing to want to step out and provide. Just think of it as not yourself. Think of it as providing a service to your audience. That's the way I do it. I'm not here for me. I'm here for my audience. I'm here to help whoever wants my help and things. So whether you're in health coaching, or you're in yoga, or you're doing Clickfunnels, you're making up, social media ads for people. What is the pain? What are you fixing for them and things? So do it, you guys. That's all I can say is do it. It's just,
yeah. And I love that advice too. Like, if you come from a place of serving, right? If you think about it in a way where, I'm here to provide, support and service for my people, right? My customers, my clients, whatever service you may be providing, remember that you're doing it for them, right? This isn't about you, and it's not about what you look like on camera, or maybe, if you're having a good hair day, or if you say the wrong words here or there, like, none of that matters. What matters is that you're providing a solution to a problem, right? And if you can just remember that, then hopefully it shouldn't be so scary, because I know when I first started publishing, and putting myself out on video, it is nerve-wracking, and I'm constantly thinking, like, well, what are they going to think about me? And like, oh, did I say that word right? And did I slip this up here? But yeah, I think it's normal for everyone, but like you said, just do it. Remember that you're providing a service, and all should go well. And with practice, you get better.
Well, and that's it. And actually, this month, I'm actually doing a Facebook Live every single day.
Oh, wow.
I'm not real comfortable with it, right? But a mentor of mine pushed me to it. It's like, okay, let's do this. Let's do a Facebook Live every single day. So I'm like, okay. But you're right. You push yourself, and you find yourself, the first week you're stumbling over your words and everything else and stuff and things. But the more you do it, practice makes perfect, right?
Yeah. Actually, I love that challenge too. Get out and do a Facebook Live every day. Is it indefinite, or is there a certain number?
Just for this month.
Okay. Well, I like that. I think I might have to jump on that bandwagon. Everybody listening, this is a great way to get over your fear. Just start going live on Facebook every single day. I guess it doesn't matter what you talk about right now. Just do it to get used to like you say, get comfortable with being on camera and recording yourself. That's a
Exactly.
that's a good
Let
one.
your people connect with you. You
Hmm.
know, even if it's like Saturday morning, I was just walking outside enjoying the sunshine and things. But yeah, reach out to either one of us because we certainly would help you with that.
Definitely, definitely. That's a great idea. Awesome. All right. Well, let me ask you a question about like what are you excited about? I mean, like I said, I see you using social a lot. You're obviously very involved and in the know of what's happening with digital marketing, everything. What excites you about it at the moment?
What excites me about it is number one, I'm always learning, like we talked about. I'm learning the Clickfunnels now. That's a new avenue for me.
So
And things.
explain it for anyone who has no idea what is ClickFunnels. What are you talking about?
Okay, so you might be able to help me a little bit better on this. Clickfunnels is actually I guess, a gateway where you can go ahead and provide information, and then also get information, get like the people's email. So you build your email list and things. This is my understanding is that, like I said, I'm pretty new at it, but I have some ebooks that all people need to do is go ahead and enter in their information and things. Basically just their name and their email address is all I'm asking for, and then I can send them an ebook on whether on building the business that I'm in, on pain and inflammation, on emotions. So I have a couple different ones that I have out there that gets me into the people that I can help, like we talked about. That what is their pain? Is their pain financial freedom? Do they want that? So I've got a funnel for that. Is their pain weight, pain, or inflammation? So I've got a funnel for that and things. So it's just another avenue to get people for me to talk to get in contact with other people.
Awesome. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. I just wanted to see how you would describe it as somebody who's using it in their business. I do sell ClickFunnels. I build ClickFunnels for people. So anyway, I just wanted to see how you would explain it. So that's cool.
Hopefully that was right.
No, you're absolutely right, and you're right. It's a tool that you can use to generate more leads and sales in your business. Essentially, they're just little websites, right? But yeah, very cool. Okay. So let's switch it a little bit now. I want to ask you some of your thoughts on like the whole work-life balance thing, okay? Because again, and I say this on almost every episode, but as an entrepreneur, we're typically giving up that 40-hour work week for like a 100-hour work week or even more sometimes. So how do you in your life balance the business side, the life side? It seems like you and your husband actually are in the business together. Is that right? So
Yeah.
how do you guys manage, life and business and all of that good stuff?
Sure. It is a balance, and you're so totally right. When I first started this, I was working full time, so I started it on the side and things. But I had a goal. My goal was to get me out of that corporate company that I was with and things. So as far as balancing goes, I have, and people are going to laugh because I'm old fashioned, but I have the big paper calendar still. And I mark on there in different pens, whose appointments we're with. This is Wonderful Healthy Habits, this is a different company, this is personal, and I have to do it that way in order to balance, because I was going over I had appointments set here for family business, for families, like going to a birthday party, that type of thing. But then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh man, daggone it, I had another meeting set up. So it is organization, and you do have to make time for yourself. Like you said, Corey, I mean, I went from 9 to 5 to 7 to 10.
Exactly.
Self-employed. But here's the beauty of it. The other day, I had a couple calls that I did in the morning. My husband and I went out on the motorcycle, and then the afternoon, I had another call. So you can make up your own schedule and things. Sometimes I am on the back of our motorcycles on my phone, talking to people and that type of thing. So I really look forward to it when we go out of service, because then I can't do anything. So I am still learning after 7, 8 years, that balance and things. But you just have to set aside different things. Luckily, Scott, we were able to go ahead and have him we had a trucking company. And so we sold our trucking company, and he was able to leave in 15 because of my business and things. And that's when he joined forces with me. So it was kind of hard for him at first to join forces with me because he felt lost. He didn't know where his place was in the business. And so now we have him in a certain place that is working for him and things. So we have to balance that also, along with the husband and wife relationship. You know, you really have to balance, and you have to realize when you're out to dinner, you don't talk work.
I was going to say, do you guys have any rules, like steadfast rules, like, yeah, dinner, we don't talk business, you know, to make it work?
We do. We do. We have, you know, when we go out to dinner, we just don't, it's a time to enjoy each other and things. Leave the phones in the car, which honestly, you know what? 20 years ago, you didn't even take your phone with you. 30 years ago, you didn't even have, you know, you came back to your answering machine. And so many people, and I see this so much, especially with the younger kids, I mean, kids my age, my kids' age, you see them at restaurants, you know, constantly on their phones and things. So, you know what, you do yourself a favor and enjoy your off time. Leave your phones. I know we all want to get that one, you know, especially when we're starting, somebody might contact me. You know what? They'll wait 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even an hour. But, you know, if they don't, then they're not as serious.
Right.
As we were hoping for them and things. Now, lunch is a different matter. Lunch, we can take our phones and we can talk business and stuff if we go out to lunch. But for us, dinner, we really do. I try to shut the laptop at about 6 o'clock at night, you know, and put it aside and things. So you do have to have your boundaries, and I suggest writing them out. I'm a huge person about writing out and manifesting. So definitely write out your boundaries and stick to them. I mean, they're not in cement, right? So if you have a meeting at night or whatever, that's fine, but kind of try to stick to them 90% of the time.
Yeah. Well, I love that, Julie. And I'd agree that I enjoy putting stuff pen to paper, you know, and like you said, having a paper calendar, I don't have one myself, but it's one of those things that I've thought, you know, I really should get this, because sometimes just like picking up the phone to look at your schedule or to try to take a notes, you know, it's just not the same. I don't know, for whatever reason, it's not the same as writing it down. And then you can look at things more in a visual manner sometimes, you know, as they're on your desk. And I really love too that you've been able to incorporate your family into your business. I think that that's a really special thing, and that, you know, if you guys have been able to figure that out, it's beautiful. Hopefully more people can learn from the way you're doing it and do it the same. So now, you've mentioned a few times that you're a fan of motorcycle riding. I got to ask, what other types of things do you guys like to do for fun?
We love water sports, so boating. We also love to just go to the park with our grandkids, you know, and basically we have our main ones are motorcycle riding and boating. And just, you know, we love that we have friends that we go out with our motorcycle rides. We'll go on a 400-mile ride for the day, go out to lunch, and just see the beautiful scenery that we have here in Oregon and things. So really looking forward. We're going to be moving to Nevada here in the next couple months. So looking forward to some more boating time, getting a boat, buying a boat, and playing on Lake Mead a lot. And then a longer riding season.
Nice.
Looking forward to that. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah. And those are all right up my alley too. I love all of those things: boating, motorcycles, anything that gets wind in your hair, right?
Yep, exactly. And the sun on your face.
There you go. Well, Julie, I've had a great time chatting with you today. And again, I really appreciate you taking the time to come on and speak to me and the audience and everything. And if you don't mind, go ahead and take a moment. Let them know how they can get in touch with you if they want to learn more about, you know, the healthy tips that you have to provide, the essential oils. Where can people find you?
Thanks, Corey. Definitely. Well, they can go on my Facebook page, which is Wonderful Healthy Habits. Also, I have a website, Wonderful Healthy Habits, www.wonderfulhealthyhabits.com. And then I'm on Instagram, Julie_Getty is another way. So please message me with any of your questions that you have. You know, maybe you just have, you know, maybe you have some seasonal threats that you're going through. You know, foods can really help. Supplements can really help, and essential oils can really help. So anything that we can do naturally, like I've said before, is great. So I am open to answering anybody's questions. Like I said, I just want everybody to become healthier naturally.
Awesome. I love it. Julie,
Yeah,
thank you for your mission, for your purpose. We appreciate you. And again, anybody out there, if you're having any kind of issues, health-wise, diet-wise, if you just don't feel right, go see Julie, check her out, see what she's doing. And also with the prescriptions, I mean, you've got it figured out. If you guys are out there struggling with prescriptions, or maybe you feel like I shouldn't be taking all these pills, go talk to Julie. I'm sure she can give you a hand with that and give you some advice. So thanks again, Julie. I really appreciate your time today, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Thank you, Corey. Take care.